Good afternoon, YouTube. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to do a vanilla orchid update. My vanilla vine is getting to be quite a good size, and I wanted to measure it up with you guys and see how big it actually is now. It doesn't look overly big, but I think we're going to be surprised, so hopefully we are. If you haven't been watching my channel for long, or you haven't seen my other vanilla vine updates, it's always been on this plant, which is now getting bigger, thank goodness. But I had a few issues in the past. I used to keep it too cold, and every winter it would die off, and so I lost it here. And before that I actually lost the main vine, and then it grew back from this just in time. Then I lost it here, and then it kind of came out a side shoot here, and it went up for a while, and then I lost it the following winter. Then I decided to bring it in the house for the next year, and it sprouted out down here in April, last April, not the one that just passed, but like a year and a half ago. And it started sprouting out down here again, and it's gone up and around and ever since then. So let's see, it was that winter of the 2 Aprils ago that I kept it in the house for the winter time. And then last year I put up the dividing walls to make a warm and a cold side to the greenhouse. So now this guy's been living in the warm side of the greenhouse very happily, experiencing nighttime lows of around 18 or 20 Celsius. That's about 68, 70 Fahrenheit, and it has just been doing wonderful. So it's been sitting down there, kind of tucked in the front corner of the south wall, getting a fair amount of sun, but about a foot back from the window. So it does get a little bit of filtered sun through other plants and stuff like that. But it was getting so big in there, I was worried that if I didn't take it out soon, I wasn't going to get it out. This piece right here that's heading back down, today I just stuck it right here. You can see a little piece of paper towel I put between the plant and the bamboo, because this piece here was the last, it was like just kind of going up into the air and didn't have any support whatsoever. So we're going to hang it down. I did that this morning, getting ready for this video. And I can see already this vine has changed shape and is starting to grow back up. So it's a happy little vine. But what I wanted to do today was give it a measure. I wanted to see how long it is. And you're going to say, how do you measure a vine that looks like this? Well, we're going to use a piece of string to measure it and see where we're at. The goal is to get about a 10-foot vine, because I think then at about 10 feet you're into flowering size. So after that, at any point it could potentially flower. So I'm going to sit this on the table. Now the tricky thing is I can't see if we can move it here so the table's right below it. It doesn't support itself. It's off to one side, so I got to kind of like support it against other plants for now to make sure it's happy and snug there. Alright, so you can kind of see the vine sitting on the table there and leaning up against plants along this other wall here. These clips are just what I use at night to roll down the plastic that's because you're right in the doorway of the warm and cold side. I roll down the vinyl plastic and then clip it down so it's like got a warm and a cold side. I do that at night. But anyways, I got a string ready, and I figure we should do a little measure here. So first thing I'm going to do is find the bottom. I'm just going to take the main shoot that is that has been growing. So here to here, and this is going to be really not super accurate, but we'll do it like this, and up and around, back down. If you've seen my last big greenhouse update, you watched me rip off one of the roots of this plant. It was like growing into an oncidium, and I went to move it, and the root didn't come out of the oncidium sheath or the bulb or wherever it was. And yeah, hopefully you can still see me here. I'm just sort of coming back down the tall side, and oh, I just have enough string too. Whew. I took the string into the shed and just like pulled a few yards off, and thought I'll have plenty. So there we go. Other than this little piece of string here, it is the whole length of the string, so that makes it pretty easy to measure that. Let's take it back down. Now I would assume that it's got to be getting close to 10 feet, but I could be wrong. And if it is getting close to 10 feet, it will hopefully be flowering soon. So let's bring the tripod back around. Hopefully the camera will adjust, and I think I'm going to go over here now, because I know that, let's see, where can I go? Right there. I know these joists are 2 feet, so I basically just have to ignore this last 4 inches of string, and I'll find myself a 2-foot joist here. Oops, almost killed the Raja. 4, 6, 8, 10 foot 4 inches or so for the vine. So that's pretty awesome. I'm really happy with that. Let me just grab the plant again so we can see it. Now, make sure it's clear of everything else. So you can see the new shoot there right in front of us. It's growing very nicely. As I say, it's already changed shape today. It's already growing back upwards. So this thing is growing like crazy right now. We're just coming out of summer, and I'm not expecting it to grow too much during the winter, although it does have warm nighttime lows. What else can I tell you? Yeah, since it's 10 feet, I would think that I could be getting a flower on it anytime. And again, likely that was going to happen in the springtime. It's going to go through its like cooler, less bright winter. I don't want to say rest because they don't go dormant, but as soon as it starts experiencing spring-like weather, I would hope that that's when it's going to flower. I did do a repot on this guy, and I'm going to try to lift this up higher. I repotted it in 03-16, so January, February, March this year, which was good. It needed it. It is basically in a mix of mainly moss with a little bit of bark. I see a little bit of charcoal in there, a little bit of perlite. I really switched to a lot more moss in my mixes again. I found the bark was getting too high maintenance for me. And the next video we're going to do, because we're going to spend the afternoon in the greenhouse together, I'm going to show you the difference between bark-grown orchids and moss-grown orchids. So look for that video coming up next. But yeah, so this will be happy in the pot for another couple years anyways. When I repotted this thing, I think I measured it then, and it was about 7 feet, 6-7 feet then, since I had it out and about. So I knew it was going to be more than 6-7 feet. That's why I kept saying about 10 feet. But yeah, it's growing 3 or 4 feet this summer. So that's great. Anyways, I just laid it out horizontal on my lawn, slowly pulled the pot away from it, unpotted it there, slowly potted it back up horizontal, and then yeah, I was able to stand it back up. When I put a post in, like this bamboo shoot, I'm going to try to get you close again. I always poke some holes through the pot. Let me turn this. And I put zip ties, zap straps, however you want to say it, through the pot. And I make sure that this post is like anchored to the side so it can't go anywhere. It can't pull up, can't go down. It's kind of really stuck there. Gives it a little bit more support. Another thing you'll notice with this guy, all the roots, which are now facing towards you, actually grow this way. So it's very important when I find this guy, when I put him back in his home or find him a new home, whatever I'm going to do with him, I put the roots facing away from the south wall. The roots are always growing into the moisture. So yeah, I wouldn't want to turn it around this way and put the roots facing the sun, or else the roots are basically going to get dead tips on them. So yeah. Anyways, that is my vanilla orchid update. Hopefully the next update we actually have buds on it. If you're looking at this little piece right now like I am, just before I moved it, this is on like the last foot of the vine, I had this thing sort of supporting the vine as it was hanging and going across the front of the greenhouse, but I figured I better get it down now before I don't have a chance to. Anyways, I hope you like this video, and if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to my channel. As always, thanks for watching.